Hello everyone. This week I'm sharing the bitter melon with soybeans soup. So this is the recipe. Just to note that the pork bone, when you purchase from the supermarket, you need to marinate it overnight with salt. I have a quick demonstration in the video to do so. You don't need to rinse it, just directly purchase from the supermarket, pour in a generous amount of salt over the pork bones and marinate overnight. And also for the soybeans, we need to soak it for at least an hour and a half before we prepare for the soup.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cecily. For those who have never been to my channel, I love to drink soup. I love it so much that I would just drink any type of soup. Reason is because I do believe that soup is very healthy and it helps with any parts of the body depending on the ingredients. And so the right ingredients, the right recipe helps with either it helps with hair growth, removing toxin from your body, building immune system, or anything that you like. So that's why I have this channel, because I have been drinking soup all my life. I grew up in a family who run restaurants for years. And so I would love to share my recipe with you. Today, I'm going to share this one recipe that is bitter melon with yellow bean soup. This is a very easy to make, and it helps with clearing heat and removing abscess and toxin from your body. Also, it helps with removing pimples. So for those mommy and daddy who have children and their kids are having pimples, this is a good soup to have, and it's again very healthy. Okay, so I have the yellow beans that were soaked for more than an hour and a half. I do have the pork bones. Now, in this recipe, the yellow beans and the pork bones need to have some previous preparation, and I kind of quickly highlighted when I was doing that. So the pork bones I have marinated with salt, and I let it sit overnight. So now I just need to parboil it. The bitter melon, I need to cut it in pieces and then rinse it with salt so I can get rid of a little bit of the bitter taste. So for the bitter melon, while I'm waiting for the water to boil, I'm going to just let the salt soak a little bit for while the water is boiling. So after you parboil it, you rinse the pork bones to get rid of the impurities. also rinse out the salt from the bitter melon. So for this soup, I'm going to put in 5 cups of water and let it boil for an hour. So I'm just going to heat this up. All right, so when the water is boiling, put all the ingredients in. So this is the most simple steps. Just put it all in and let it boil. So just to note here that the pork bones, I didn't wash it when I first purchased it. I just remove it, add salt, and then I just let it marinate overnight. So don't wash your bones when from the store. Just let it marinate overnight. Once it is all in, let it bring the water back to boil. Okay, so while the water is boiling, you can see all the scum on top. So scoop it out because it will make the the broth blurry. So So just a note that it's always good to pamper your own broth. The more you pamper it, like wash your bone, pork bones, whether it's pork bones or chicken bones, you know, pamper it because it's for yourself to drink. So the more clear it is, the better. So remember what I talked about the pattern. So this is boiling. Um, you want to reduce it to the flowery pattern that I talked about in my last video. So now I'm going to reduce the heat to maybe a medium low to see how the boil is. I don't want to not boil my soup as I mentioned earlier because you want to maximize all the flavors from the ingredients. So you want it to boil it, but yet you don't want to drain all the water. You don't want to have no broth by the end of an hour because this soup will take an hour to boil. So you want it to maintain the right temperature for an hour and maximize the flavor and make it tasty and etc. etc. So now this is I have an electric stove, so this is a medium low heat, and I see that the floury pattern is pretty good. It's boiling. It's all over the pot. It's the pattern. It's everywhere. It's very spread out. So I'm just going to close the lid and let it cook for an hour. So once I close the lid, the heat within in the pot will rise up a bit. So maybe I'll turn it to a little bit lower. So it depends on how the temperature goes. But basically you get the idea. You don't want to simmer in such a way that it's too low heat. The broth is not boiling. You want the floury pattern, meaning that you want the bubbles to spread over everywhere in the pot. So that's kind of the purpose of that.
Hi, so there you have it. So after an hour, the soup is ready to drink, and you can add a little bit more salt to taste. If you like my channel and if you like to learn more about how to make healthy soup, please subscribe my channel. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.